Hello everyone, Argsy here. Welcome back to Spectacle Island. We've saved you the hassle of watching us drive down here. We have come down to pick up a bale grab. Obviously we've got our wrapped bales back up at the farm that we need to get picked up and dealt with without damaging them. So obviously the bale spikes we have aren't going to be the best option. So we're going to get in here. We're going to see if we can find ourselves a grab and go with that and take that back down to the farm. In here under the front loader tools, under the CSZ equipment pack, we've got the wrapped bale handler. Now I think that is going to be our best one. There is a default one that comes with the game that's not a mod, but I've always found the CSZ equipment is very good. It works exactly how you want it to. So we're going to pick that one up and just head on back down to the farm. We don't have anything else we need to get while we are here, so that will just about do us. Now, as we're driving up there, let's just have a little bit of a chat about the day. So we're at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Got enough sunlight to get a couple of hours work, and hopefully by the time we get back we're going to have a helper here to give us a hand today. Now we've got the hay that all needs to be baled. Well, that's only a one-person job, so we're going to take care of that. We're going to take care of clearing all these bales, but while we're doing that I think we might get our helper set up with the combine and they can start to get the corn harvested. Now that's going to be a pretty labour intensive job as well, because we all know corn is a very high yielding crop and we'll need quite a bit of input from us. So we'll be jumping back and forth between collecting these bales. Let's just have a look there, make sure this grab works. There we go, look at that, opens up and closes, perfect. So we'll head back to the farm now, and we will go and start making, we will make a start on picking up all the bales out of the field, and we'll see if our workers there to get them set up in the corn, and that'll be good to get that done. It is going to mean we're going to have a whole lot of ground that's going to need ploughing. I really am at the stage where we're going to need a bigger tractor soon. Bigger horsepower, bigger equipment, bigger ploughs, bigger cultivators, all of those kind of things that come with it. We're just managing to keep up with what we've got, but if we get any more fields, we're going to end up having areas sitting idle when they should have crop in them. So let's get back down to the farm. The other thing, actually, just while I think about it, we will try and get the cows bought today and get the cow pasture placed and try and get some cows into it. So plenty of things to do. Watch out, dog. Phew, that was close. Right, we will see you back at the farm in a few minutes. Alright, we're just pulling back into the yard here. Now, we got a notification as we were driving down that there was no more space for wool. So I'm just going to get in here. I'm hoping we might be able to push some of these wool bales just out of the way with the bale grab here. Watch out, sheep. You'll get squashed, and that'll at least allow for some more to spawn. But we've got, what's there, 10 bales, 10 pallets of wool, so we are really producing some wool, so we can get some of that sold at some stage. But there we go, that should allow for another bale to spawn. We'll push a couple of these out of the way, but this is going to be something else we're going to have to manage soon. Get that all loaded up and sold. I think the best price has actually been via the barge down to one of the boat sell points, so we'll have to suss that out. Might be a chance to use our boat dock for the barge, which we haven't done yet. Well, let's just get down here and see if we've got any helper here yet. In fact, there he is. I can see him standing there waiting patiently. So let's jump out and have a quick chat. I don't want to waste any time though, because we have a lot to do today. So a very warm welcome today to the KR Legion. So Legion is a moderator on my YouTube channel. He is an admin on the Discord. He's a genuine all-around good guy, a big helper for the channel. So it's been great to welcome him here to the farm. So thank you, Legion, for your offer of help, and great to have you here. Hope you're ready to work hard, because we've got a mountain of work to get through and not a lot of hours left today to get it done. So I'm going to start off getting you set up in the combine and making a start over here on the corn while I finish off the hay and get these grass bales all picked up, or silage bales picked up and put into storage. So I guess there's not going to get much work done standing here talking about it. Let's go and get into it. Alright, we've got everything set up and we are underway here with the corn harvest, which is good. Now I've set up the course play for Legion to hopefully auto unload, so the combine should drive here to the trailer. I'm going to follow him around because I have a funny feeling we're going to have to unload on the other side of the field, because we don't have a huge capacity in the combine, and we are not wanting to run halfway around the field empty. So we'll get around, in fact we'll just shoot ahead through the old silage pit here and go and wait around the other side of the field and unload before we get to the top of the bank. The reason we're using the trailer here on the back of the little fent is that we have half a truck of lime in the back of the truck, and we are only dumping this into the silo. So while it's going to mean a few more trips, it does mean we won't have to tip the lime out. It would have had to have gone on the ground. So let's just wait here and see if we can get unloaded as the combine goes past, and then we'll leave the tractor parked on the side of the field, and hopefully, all going to plan, everything will unload all on its own. So let's just wait and see if we can get this emptied out a little bit as he goes past. There we go, and a good thing we did, because I think the capacity on the combine is only about 1800 litres, and we've almost got that in the back of the trailer here already. So let's see if we can just sneak past this tree. I think we should be able to just fit through here, so we'll just empty him out till he gets to the corner and turns away, and we will head back around to the other side of the field, and we will go and get ready to hopefully see if it will unload on its own. Now we are dropping the corn stalks. They're too good of money not to. It does mean that we've got an extra job, but I might actually set this up with the well, now we've got a decent windrower. I might set it up and windrow these, so we don't have to do quite so many passes with the baler. Just might make things a little bit simpler in the long term, but that will probably be in a future episode. I don't think we're going to have time for that this time around. So anyhow, we'll park the tractor here, and hopefully we will see Legion unload, and we'll be able to leave him here running on his own. All we'll have to come back for is to empty out the trailer when it is full. Alright, we're just riding here with Legion. He is hitting 100% full, so let's just see what happens. I'm hoping he's going to head around the field, think about where he needs to go. He's got the auger going out there, so let's just see. He will now drive and go and find where he needs to empty out. Looking promising so far. Only problem will be if we run into any trees, but so far so good. And let's see if he can make his way the whole way around the field and go and unload, because if so, that is going to make our task a whole lot easier for the harvesting, because we won't have to be quite so present while we leave him here running the combine. And there we go. We're just going to ignore the fact he had to drive through the crop a little bit to get turned around and facing the correct direction, but that is working perfectly. So I think we can safely leave him to carry on. What we're going to do, we'll jump into the tractor. We'll go and dump this out now while we're here, and let him carry on harvesting. But that's going to work perfectly, I think. We'll be able to spend more time in the field with loading bales and getting hay made, and less time over here helping out Legion. He'll be able to take care of this himself. So that's perfect. Right, let's go and carry on moving. Alright, there we go. We've got the right side tip open there. Now we've got the trailer and everything ready. We've got the wheel loaded there as well, all ready to go. So, but that's unloaded, so we'll be able to just spin around here, go around the tree, and get things parked up, ready for him to keep moving. So, perfect. This is fantastic. It's actually the first time I've used the combine self-unload function. You can see over in the distance he's made it around where he'd finished, back to the waypoints, and we'll carry on going. So, leave him there, and let's go and get a start on getting these round bales all packed up and put into the shed. Alright, so we've got about 16 or 17 bales, minus a couple because they're in the water still. We haven't had any reports on any floating around, but let's just go up here next to this and see how we go getting it picked up. There we go, that's not too bad. All those people who complained about physics for bale handling and those kind of things with FS19, it's not as bad as you made it out to be. Question will be whether I can get it ungripped and stacked there. That's not too bad. Right, I'm just going to crack into this. I think we might even try and time-lapse it if it's not too jumpy, and get this all loaded up, and we'll catch up with you when we're all finished unloading in the shed. Alright, last two bales to grab off. Now, I've quietly surprised myself actually with how well that has gone. I thought we would have had a few more bales getting dropped or sliding out of the grips or something like that, but we've been pretty fortunate and managed to stack those pretty well. They're not the tightest stacking or anything like that, but this shed has more than enough space to accommodate them. So there we go, that's all done. Now I think I might just leave this grab here because it's all we're going to need it for, is for loading and unloading those round bales. And of course we're going to do square bales over in the other field, so we'll go and put the other grab on. We obviously don't need to head over there just yet with the baler, with the trailer, because we have to go over and bale them first. Just looking here at the field, what a job Legion is doing. He is powering through that. It is fantastic being able to leave him running there on his own, unloading and everything like that. We have not had to touch a thing, so that has been fantastic. Let's just park this here, ready to put that grab onto. We'll go and grab the other tractor, the trailer, and we will come down, pick up the square baler, and we'll probably empty out that corn while we're still here before we head down and start making some hay. Alright, baler hooked up. We're just going to get in here and open the bale twine side. It's actually pretty full, but while we're here we might as well top it up. There we are. Make sure we don't run out when we are down in the field. So let's head on down to the hay. In fact, before we do that, we will go and empty that trailer out, because we don't want Legion to not have anywhere to empty his corn into. Let's have a look and see how he's going. 4,038 litres in here, 56% full. So he probably would have got that last piece of the field in, not actually knowing how full his combine is. But let's, while we're here, we'll take the chance to tip this out, and then all that's needed is, when he's set up in the next field, is for us to come down and move the trailer over to an appropriate location over there. There we go, that is emptied, nice and fast. So we'll sneak in back in here and leave it in the same spot and let him keep going, and we will go and start doing some baling. Alright, here we are down at our hayfield, all rode up and ready to go. So we'll get our baler unfolded. We'll try and pick this little piece up here off the track. I'm not sure if we'll be able to. We may say we don't own the land. First bale out is going to be soybeans, which is fine, or soy straw. Not going to be soybeans, soy straw, but it looks like we can get that picked up there, which is perfect. Alright, let's head in here, follow these beautifully windrowed lines. Did a great job with those last episode. Who was that? It was Runnerside was helping us out there. So fantastic looking rows. So let's crack into this. I think another time lapse is in order. It's always easier to do time lapses when you're doing something like baling, where you need to follow the lines. I'm going to do a montage while baling without GPS or anything like that. Can always leads to having to go back to pick up some pieces. So that's enough jibber jabbing. Let's jump into a time lapse, and we'll see when we've all finished. Here we are, last pass. So I can't remember how many bales were on the counter to start with, maybe about 33. So we've probably done 23, 24 bales there or thereabouts, which is a good return off this little field. It's going to set us up nicely with the silage and straw we already have to make a decent amount of TMR for when we have cows. Now I'm just going to go and shoot over here. We do have a small bit of grass that we windrowed up here. When I was mowing the field, I got carried away and realised going down the side of this bank probably wasn't the best idea. So we were going to square it across the tree, but I do want to pick this grass up just so it's not on the field. Might mean we end up with a grass bale. That's fine, we can give that to the sheep, they don't complain. There we go, that's all gone. So easy done. Let's get this turned off, lift it up, and we'll get these two bales ejected out. Then we can run back down to the yard, grab the trailer, come back down with the front loader and see about getting them stacked up, picked up, put into the shed, Also see how Legion's going. He might be just about finished and ready to move into the next field. Either that or he's waiting for me to come and unload the trailer and hasn't been able to dump all his corn out yet. So we'll get back to the yard and see what's going on down there. Alright, I can see our issue here. Legion got a little bit confused. He's trying to unload and he has managed to unload some corn into that trailer. That's fine, it did detect it. It's one issue, having things too close to the edge of the field. So we'll get that sorted out. We'll get him back underway. I'm not sure how much he's got in there, whether he's empty or not, but let's go and get this fixed so we can carry on with getting the corn done. Alright, there we go. We've got the bed on the front of the tractor. That seemed to be the most logical way to do it. In fact, it'll give us a little bit more capacity when we move down to that next field. So that's not a bad thing, but we'll get that all emptied out into there. And let's get that closed up and we'll get Legion going. Looks like he was just starting here on this pass right close to us. So if we just get things turned on again, turn the combine on, get that header load down, we should be able to move forward a little bit here and set him starting on nearest waypoint just to get this last little piece finished. There we go, next closest waypoint has worked perfectly. So we might as well hang out here with him while he finishes this. It won't take too long, and then we will be able to move into the next field before we go and pick up all those hay bales. Alright, all done in this field, bar a few soldiers in each corner, but Legion's just coming over here. I'm assuming he's going to empty out what is left in the combine, and that will be him finished in this field. So we'll be able to get this dumped out and go and get him set up in the next one. Here we go, he's not going to drive forward. We'll drive forward and get him fully emptied out. I'm assuming there's a little bit more left. There is indeed. Perfect, look at that, that has worked exceptionally well. So we'll go around, dodge the logging deck there, and we'll get these both emptied out into the silos, and then we'll be ready to go and move into the next field. Alright, we've got Legion up and running now. We've actually strategically started him off in the bottom corner there, down by the top of the bank. So we had this whole edge here to unload on because this field's a little bit bigger, so we knew we couldn't get around the other field without an unload, so we've made the call. If we can get into here, we can unload along the track, and that should allow him to go down the other two sides without getting full until he gets back around to where he started from. And then we'll be able to have the tractor parked here, ready for him to come and unload into as he pleases, and we can get back down to getting that hay loaded up. But here he comes. Let him get around the corner here, and we'll start getting some of this corn into the tractor and run down the side of the drive here with him. Alright, and there we go, getting unloaded along the edge here. This is working out very well. Be interesting to see if we get over 1800 litres before we get to this corner, because that would have meant we would have had to unload anyhow. Fingers crossed it'll mean he can get the whole way around without having to unload along the top of the bank, because that'll be a little bit of an issue. Let's just drive along here beside him until we get to the corner, and then we'll let him carry on going. Well, there's our 1800 litres, so we would have been unloading now anyhow. But I'm pretty sure that these two edges that we've just done are the two longest edges, particularly this edge here we've just run along. That should mean he has plenty of length, time to get back to where he started before the combine will be full. So let's just break off here. We'll head back down to the end, park up probably down at the other end of the field, back on the track, and that will be the position he can come and unload at as he needs to, and we can get back, grab the trailer, grab the tractor and the front loader, and go and get that hay all picked up. Alright, here we are down at the field. We've got the tractor parked in the centre there, so we're just going to race around now. We're going to stack these three high and get them loaded onto the back of the trailer and down into the shed. Now, I'm not sure exactly how many we've got. Let's just take a quick look at the stats. I'm intrigued now. There we go, 27 bales created in this session, so that's not too bad at all. That is a good number and a good amount of hay to have. So let's just go ahead and get these all stacked up. We've got Legion is running around in the field. He is harvesting the corn. He's all set up and going. Everything seems to be going smoothly there, unlike my speaking. So let's get these all loaded up, get them down into the shed, and we should hopefully be about the same time that Legion gets finished in the corn, which will be just perfect. The shadows are getting a bit longer, the sun is getting lower in the sky, so we want to get this all done before sunset this evening. So the way we've configured this trailer, we aren't able to get a full bale on the back. What I'm just going to try and do here, I'm not sure if this is going to work. It might be a little bit high. I was wondering if I could put a bale in the back there, whether I could sit them on it. I wonder if we were better off having that flat than on a slope like that. So let's see if we can get it put in there on the flat and see if we can stack some bales on there, because then at least they'll tip back in towards the centre, towards the front, rather than off the back. So let's try this once more. Alright, so we've got that soy straw bale in there now. Let's see if we can sit this up on top of the back of the trailer and the bale and see if it'll sit in there. The next key will be to make sure we can strap it on. The straps are long enough to go up and over this many bales. And if we can, it'll be perfect, because we've got one more stack of 3, and I think we've got a double grass bale down there, or hay bale, sorry. Oh, don't tip like that. Let's see. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Unorthodox, but farmers make things work, don't they? We're not going too far down the track, and it's going to save us making a run back, because obviously we need to take the wheel loader back with us. I hadn't thought about that fact, that we were going to have to take that back to unload. Normally we're loading bales up to go and sell, but that's going to work perfectly, I think. Let's see about getting this one on the other side, and then we'll be able to get things strapped down and back into the yard. Alright, that's stacked up there too. Let's see if we can get a strap up and over it all. Perfect. Look at that, that's going to work exactly how I'd hoped it would. Right, let's go and get these other 2 bales loaded up. We'll take the wheel loader back, and we'll come back and get the tractor. And that will be all this grass out of this field, all the hay, sorry, out of this field, and we will be looking to get it all ploughed up next time. Oh, it looks like we might have a tractor full of corn. That trailer's looking pretty full. Front's not full though, so it's just had an issue getting there next to it to unload. So while we're heading back down to pick up the tractor, when we're walking past there, we will go and get that all sorted out and get that carried on, because we wanted to have Legion a little bit further advanced than he is, which is a little bit unfortunate, but here we are. We'll plonk this in here, use this bay here for our hay. This shed is working out perfectly. It is going to be a great setup for mixing some TMR once we get to that stage. So we'll just leave that there for now, and we'll go and get this combine up and running again, get that sorted out, and be back down here with the trailer very, very soon. What's the saying? If it fits, it ships. I think that's rather appropriate for this load at the moment. Looks like it's going to work just fine though. We'll take it easy. Let's get back down and get it all unloaded. We've got the combine back up and going. Legion's underway again, and I think we're going to get everything achieved that we wanted to before the end of the day, which will be fantastic. Alright, we've got the trailer down here. We'll get these hay bales all unloaded and stacked into the shed. This shouldn't take too long at all. Didn't take us too long to get it loaded, and we don't have to go quite as far. So we'll just carefully negotiate our way to getting everything lifted off here, I hope. Well, we've got a little bit of a stick. That wasn't quite what I had in mind, but here we go, we've rescued that. That could have been a disaster, but we're all good. So let's carry on, we'll get this all unloaded, and we'll see where we're up to once we've got this finished. Alright, last of the hay going into the shed here. I'm not sure what happened, but the bales had a little bit of a hissy fit when we got back. We lost a few, they tipped over, so we've had to restack them and tidy them up a little bit, but there we go. All in there, all 25 I think, 26 it should be. And the one soy stalk bale, which we actually will leave on the trailer, because that can be picked up and sold, or taken to sell when we get all the corn picked up and baled. But we'll leave that there for now. We'll turn this tractor off. We'll leave that there for now. We need to run down. It looks like the other tractors must be full down in the field, and Legion's looking for somewhere to empty. So we'd better get them down into the silo so he can carry on there and get everything finished off. And indeed, 11,100 litres of corn here in the tractor. So we'll go and get this dumped into the silo. We're going to have a decent amount of corn, because I think we must have put about this amount in out of this first field too. I haven't actually kept a tally on it, and I won't be able to tell because we had some in the bin when we started. But we're obviously going to need quite a bit for our pigs as they go. Keep on tapping through the wrong tool, but there we go. We'll get this dumped in, we'll get the trailer dumped in, and we'll be back down and carry on with that. Carry on with the harvesting. Alright, all emptied. We should be able to drive in under the auger. He does have it out there, so we'll get the get the corn out of the combine, and then Legion should be able to carry on going here. He's on his, oops, went too far. He's on his up and down rows, so I'm not sure how much longer it's going to take. It will take him a little bit of time, but what are we, 10 to 5. Sun's getting a little bit lower, the shadows are still getting longer. There we go, we'll leave this parked up, ready for him to keep on unloading into. And there's one more thing I want to do today, which is to go and get the, oops, he's reversing, is to go and get the cow pasture built. Spend some money there, and then make some plans for next time to get some cows. He's reached trigger point. He should not be finished. He's got plenty more to do. We'll go and get that fixed up. But for now, let's carry on, and we'll go and get the cow pasture placed and make some plans for getting cows next time. Alright, there we go. Here's back underway. So I think we'll go and sort that cow pasture out, and while we've got the chance, we'll put together a little bit of a montage of the harvest. We did get some shots in the first field, which we'll throw in as well, and just take a few while Legion's working in here, and then time for some cows.
How many times can I say cows in 1 or 3 sentences?
So we're down here, this is where we are going to put our cow pasture. Somewhere here, in between these trees, where we mowed the field, where we've cleared out some of the trees and made this space. So let's jump into the build mode and take a look at what we can fit. So we've got two options we're looking at for cow pastures. Both hold 150 head, so this one here's $5,000. Or if we just scroll across a little bit, we've got one here, 150 for 33,000. Now, I've already made the decision. We're going to go with the lizard option here. This is the same as the sheep pasture we have, and it works perfectly. So let's take a look here and see what we've got. So if we just have a look, we can see the trigger on the right hand side. That will be our buy point, I imagine, for the animals. We can see the milk cases at the end, and we'll have the water and feed just through the middle. Now we can flick that a couple of different ways, and I quite like having them into the trees a little bit. They'll overlap a little bit with the pigs and a little bit with our path. So I think that's probably going to be a pretty good spot to place them. Just looking at whether we lower it a little bit or raise it up a little bit. I think we'll just go for about middle ground there. Let's have a look. How much is that going to cost us to build? 5543. Not too bad at all. So let's go ahead and place it. And there we are. Let's go and have a look. Gone down a little bit at the end here. We'll get out the landscaping tool and give that a little bit of a smooth off. And down the other end here as well. It's a little bit high out of the ground. Not too bad at all. We'll give that a little bit of a feather off as well and make it nice and smooth. But there we are. We are all set up now to be able to have some cows on the farm for the next episode. And that is something we are certainly going to do. Now my plan is we are getting an abundance of pigs. 53 to be precise. Now we obviously have capacity to store them. I think we can go up to 100, 190 I think when we looked last time. But we're breeding animals every 2 3/4 hours. And we're going through our food. So my plan is to take some of these down to market, sell them. I can't remember how many we started off with, but it certainly wasn't 53. So we'll get a few of these sold and we'll come back with some cows as a reward for selling some pigs. So I think that is going to be a good option for keeping our animals thriving as well as managing our feed demands and everything else that comes with it. Now I did notice we've got quite a bit of manure there, quite a bit of slurry, so we will have to get that slurry spreader out and give that a go sometime very soon. But there we are all placed with our cows. So I'm just going to quickly level this off and then we'll go and keep on helping Legion getting that corn finished. We'll be able to drive the combine and it looks like something's gone a little bit wrong there. It says he needs to be unloaded. So we'll go and sort that out too and get that all finished off and that'll be a good place for this episode to wrap up. Alright, well it looks like Legion is finishing off the very last section there. Might have to turn around and do a little small bit and then we're going to have a few. But he's picked up those rows as he's turned around. A few little rows just on the corner. You can see some down there by the water edge. In fact, he must be finished because he's asking for an unload. So we'll go and get him unloaded. We'll get things turned off. We'll say thank you to him down here before we head down, empty this into the silo and call it a well, it's almost a night. Call it an evening for this episode. There we go. Get that in under there, and we're going to have a chat to Legion. Well, Legion, thank you very much for your help today. You've done a mountain of work getting all of this corn harvested. It's going to leave a lot of corn stalks here to get baled in the next episode, so he was helping me out with that. Better be good with a windrower and a baler. All good at ploughing because we've got a lot of land that's going to need to be ploughed up soon as well. But while you've been busy here, we have got all the hay baled and picked up. We've got the silage bales all put into the shed. We've even managed to build a cow pasture. So we'll also be getting some pigs sold and some cows bought next time. So you've been a big help today. Thank you very much for that. We're going to let you head off now and we're going to head down and get this corn dumped into the silos and call it a quits for the night. We've got 6,400 litres here in the tractor, so we'll get this dumped into the silo and see how much corn we've ended up with. Like I said, I don't know how much we had to start with, but we should have a pretty decent amount, which will keep us feeding those pigs for a lot longer. So we've got the front emptied out. We'll get this trailer on the back here dumped out. All done. There we go. Let's take a quick look and see how much we've ended up with. 46,338 litres sitting there. So even if we sold that, $546, that's a good $24,000, $25,000, $30,000 there as well. So plenty of opportunities to potentially make some profit off that. But like I said, Legion's been a big help. We've got a great amount done today, but we've still got plenty more to do. So if you want to come and give us a hand next time, make sure you leave a comment down below. Tell me your skills, and if you've got a unique particular set of skills that could help me out next time, we might make use of it. But as always, I hope you've enjoyed that episode of Spectacle Island. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.